Amazon this week announced that current Whole Foods CEO Jason Beekle will take the helm for its entire worldwide grocery business. According to Grocery Dive, Beekle, who already oversees the vast majority of Amazon's grocery stores as the head of Whole Foods, will now be atop the Amazon Fresh traditional supermarket chain and Amazon Go fleet of convenience stores. Doug Harrington, the CEO of worldwide Amazon stores, praised Beekle's experience running Whole Foods in the Monday announcement, saying, quote, "In his time as CEO, Jason has unlocked our ability to make high quality, natural, and organic groceries more affordable and accessible to customers," end quote. And that Whole Foods has achieved, quote, record sales growth, end quote, under Beekle. And in somewhat related news, Amazon also announced that it plans to close another one of its Amazon Go stores in Woodland Hills, California on February 26th, meaning its total store count will have decreased about 50% since early 2023. Chris,
Wow.
with all that out of the way, do you think he just goes by Jason if you're friends with him, but do you think that Beagle is the right person to head Amazon's grocery strategy?
Whoa. All right. We're getting started off hot here again. And man, I mean, I gotta think about how I want to answer that question. I think Jason seems like a good dude, but I gotta be true to the show and give my opinion here. But there's a lot to unpack in this headline, which is why I think we started out with it. And I think it all depends on what Amazon's goal is here with their grocery
Yeah,
strategy. If it's retreat, which given the Amazon Go headlines, I kind of think that might be what it is. It's just like throw the white
sure.
flag and call it a day. Then sure, give him more responsibility, wind down Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go, make that part of his job. And it feels like that's what they're doing to me. But
Mhm.
if it's grow the business, honestly, I'm a little skeptical. And I think the dude's sharp, he's articulate, but I don't really know what he's done for Whole Foods. I mean, the record sales growth claim kind of shocked me a little bit. Especially given the massive inflation we've had too in the grocery industry. So
Mhm.
I'm a little bit like, okay,
Sure.
how much do I put into that claim? It sounds like something they're
Right.
trying to do to chin up, excitement. The Daily Shop, which is like his like bread and butter strategy for Whole Foods, is just getting off the ground. I don't think we can say that that's successful yet, and we have a lot of skepticism about how well that's going to work too. And I just go back to what I've said on the show a lot of times: is Whole Foods really better off now than it was back in 2017? I don't
Mhm.
think so. I mean, I think Walmart is stronger with upper incomes. Sprout is doing great. Sprouts is doing great. Like, so I just don't know if the track record's there yet to be like, this is the guy that's going to re-enliven our Amazon, grocery growth strategy. It feels like a promotion based on potential versus like actual experience and performance to me, quite honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you bring up a really important point, which is where is the future for Amazon in the grocery space? I think that's what we really have to focus on here. And now this like placement of Beagle now, if it follows the way that it should go, I think there certainly could be some positives coming out of this. Like, is he leading the strategy? He does know the Whole Foods shopper. He's been in the Whole Foods ecosystem for a very long time. He knows what
Yep.
the Whole Foods customers are expecting. I think it just depends on will he get to start making calls about the daily shop that you mentioned, or the direction in which Amazon takes grocery. And I don't know that that's possible. Like, I think it's a good thing to do. I think Amazon is taking a hard look at what their grocery strategy should be. And if he's put in this role and he's really in control of driving the strategy, there could be some changes. My thought though, Chris, is that the more likely scenario is that we continue to kind of further see the degradation of Whole Foods as we know it. I think we're going to start to see Pepsi in the aisles. I think that Jason being in
Mm.
charge will be like, yeah, this isn't the Whole Foods that we know and love, but I think Amazon will start pushing and be like, well, but we need the
Ooh.
money from these CPGs, the concepts that we've been testing with the side by
Oh.
side or order ahead. Like, I think that's where we start
Yeah.
to see them going, which to your earlier point, just puts them in closer competition with Walmart and some of the mass merchants out there who are doing organic foods, who are doing that at a lower price point that Whole Foods is never going to beat. And then I think you kind of you push away the Whole Foods customers to places like Sprouts, like you're talking about.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's really interesting. So you think they might go that direction? That's like the third realm here, right? Of like,
I
where do they
hope
take
not.
this?
I
Yeah,
hope not. But I mean,
I
I
know.
think just based on what we know about Amazon, I think that's probably the direction that they're about money. They're
Yeah.
about making money and how they do that
Yeah.
quickly. So,
Yeah, I was like looking at the resume too, Ann, and his resume is 13, I think it's like 13 years at Accenture, like over a decade at Accenture, which, is mostly
hmm
IT, then came into Whole Foods as kind of an IT strategist guy. And then to your point, he's been at Whole Foods now, I think since 2013. So like
yeah,
almost 12 years at Whole Foods. So he's got a
right.
good grocery understanding, but how much merchandising is in there is my question. But we got to hear him speak at retail spaces, and he did seem like he was very, you know, interested in understanding the merchandising aspects of the
Yes.
business. So yeah, God knows where this goes, but it's going to be fascinating to watch. The other thing, Ann, I can't say Beagle without thinking of Beaker from the Muppets. Can you? I don't know. That's just every time you say Beagle, I'm like, but anyway,